Welcome back.
Episode
7.
7. Lucky number 7.
I feel like
So-
7. Is 7 a lucky number?
I don't know. That's what my mom says.
It's a religious number.
It is.
All right. Yeah, so
New
welcome
setup.
back. Yeah. Got a little poker table in front of us today.
So we recently decided it would be best to do a casino episode because I don't know if you know this about the people in this room. Actually, I won't speak for you two, but I'm a little bit of a fiend myself when it comes to
Yeah.
gambling. So I just thought, hey, there's enough casino movies to talk about, and everyone likes a good story about losing money.
Yeah, like
So-
I like playing like card games. Like I love poker. I like blackjack, but I don't think I'm nearly as into it as you are. Yeah, Nick, you were telling us about your earlier days, how you used to run a little poker night at your house.
Yeah, just a little poker night. Nothing, nothing crazy. I'm nothing compared to Jack. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Jack is definitely the fiend amongst us, but
You know what's crazy though is I really wish we had Eli Peters here.
oh,
Shout
yeah,
out Eli
true.
Peters. He's the biggest degenerate I've ever met in my life. Actually, he was coming back from a casino last night.
So were you.
Yeah, I know. So that's why kind of also the topic came up. So I was at Twin Rivers Casino yesterday. Did pretty good myself.
Yeah, I love the fact that Jack says recently we decided to do it. I'm like, yeah, last night at 9 o'clock. You mean?
I think it was like 9:45. Yeah,
Whatever it was.
it's a tough week. It was a tough week. I was behind in all my classes, so
You know,
I had to catch up.
not to be
so
like
you're like
the
Twin Rivers.
not to be like the surrogate parent, Jack, but if you weren't at Twin Rivers, you might have had more time to get like schoolwork
You know what's
done.
funny
and
is
stuff.
my dad called me and I was like, I was at the table at blackjack and I like picked up my phone and the dealer was like, you need to either get up or we're gonna have to like bring you into the back room because you're apparently like not allowed to
your
obviously
phone
bring
out.
your phone out. But it was
Yeah.
Twin Rivers, so I was like, yeah, it's Twin Rivers.
Yeah, shout
I
out
can do
Twin
whatever.
Rivers being
But basically,
18 years old.
I told my dad I was gambling, and he wasn't that mad. He was only asked how I did. So
And you had a good night.
yeah, I ran the blackjack table low
Yeah.
key. The luck was just hitting. I think it was the people I was surrounded by though.
Did you play Texas Hold'em?
No, it's still closed, which is a shame. I kept asking.
Oh,
them,
yeah, that makes
and
sense.
They still don't know with the borders and everything.
That stinks, actually.
But game of choice, you go to a casino. How long's it been since you've been to a casino, Nick?
A while. I went to Twin River like a couple years ago.
And what if you pull up to a casino? What are you playing? Blackjack.
I'm not much of a gambler. I like to have control over my monetary situation. I don't know if you noticed that about me or not.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know. I mean, I'll do like some slots. I'll do a little slot action. Because this is back when I was a smoker. So like I would sit at the slots, whatever.
And
There's
just
like an
go
ashtray.
through cartons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that would just be like, hundreds. I'd rip a Virginia Slim or two. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I'll never
You know.
play
Do slots.
slots.
Why is that?
Well, kind of like what you said, where you're like, I like having
I would win, dude. I have a
control.
system, bro.
I know, but kind of like what you said about having control. I feel like I have more control of my betting and money if I'm playing a game like blackjack or Texas Hold'em.
So I have a question though. So like,
Yeah.
how does that work with regard to getting in trouble for counting cards,
So
et cetera, et cetera?
I've actually took probably a good 2 weeks out of my life trying to count cards, and I became like
It's not
pretty
hard.
Yeah, no,
It's really not.
it's just the whole
It's the like the
concept of
math.
trying to get it while you're at a casino with everything going on
Yeah.
around you and not being
It's
caught
so
for counting
quick.
cards. But basically just having an understanding of that has, I guess, given me the 1% advantage of just
Yeah.
understanding if a high card or low card's coming out. But there was a few runs yesterday where it was like constant dealer 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell
yes.
him the story what you hit yesterday for 280.
oh yeah. So obviously when you're playing like home games of blackjack and stuff like that, there's no like match the dealer button. But if for people who don't know, there's a little area.
Do you want people to actually hear what you're saying, or just listen to the chips all day? I'm just wondering.
Hold on.
Thanks, bro.
How loud were the chips?
They were decent. Not horrible, but like we knew they were there. For the folks
It's like restart. Let's start
It was
over.
kind of a good beat though. No.
That's how you know he's the biggest fiend in the room. He's just playing with the chips, like sliding them. All right, no, continue with your story.
His heartbeat sounds like chip stack. Go ahead. Tell us.
So basically, match the dealer. I threw $10 down because the dude next to me was like telling me to do it, and he had. So I honestly should have gave him some of the money, but I put down $10 on the match the dealer. If you match the same card as the dealer's card, it's a 3-to-1 payout. If you match the same suit and the same card as the dealer, it's a 14-to-1 payout. And I get a 7 of hearts. Dealer gets a 7 of hearts. My next card is a 7 of hearts, so I got a $280 out of that $10.
That's absurd.
And everyone was like freaking out, and like that's when like actually the floor came over and was like kind of sus that like if I was counting or some shit,
Yeah.
because that was like the 8th hand in a row I won or something. So like I had to kind of take a step back. But the dude next to me was like,
They
"Yo,
get
dude,
so
like
mad.
you owe me some of that." Like, and I was like, I don't
owe you
thank
anything.
Like no offense, right? Like I don't know. I feel like okay. So how much did you lose?
I didn't lose any. I won $300.
You were up 300 when you left.
Yeah.
From when you walked in.
No, I walked in. I lost 100 immediately. Went over and watched my
How
friend
much
play
money
roulette.
did you walk in the door with?
200 cash.
And how? Cash.
He's paying
money.
with a debit card.
Right. So you walked in with 200.
Yep,
How much did you leave with?
550.
Okay, that's good, right?
Yeah.
But like, how many people walk in there with a Toyota Corolla and leave walking home? Do you get
Oh
what I'm
no,
saying?
completely. And that was the thing. I went with 3 college students. And we all left up to 200 plus. Like not in
It's a good day.
any scenario where I'd be like 3 college students walk into a casino and don't come out down. So I don't know. Something was on our side that day.
No,
So-
that's good. That's good. My only issue with it is like, it's obviously, it's not always like that. Have you had days where you're like, oh, I wish I just didn't even come today?
Oh, I got some stories.
That's
I
what I'm
got
saying.
I've got stories on stories of that.
So this is my point. Like, the risk of that happening doesn't necessarily outweigh the reward of like having one day where you're up 350. Do you get what I'm saying?
Completely. I've held the tab of all my gambling, and
So are you up?
yeah, I'm up just from in-house games though mostly.
Bro,
Yeah.
what's he gonna say on like national TV right now? No, I'm
No,
down.
I'm down.
I'm homeless.
like-
Actually.
Oh no, I've been
13
down.
grand.
I've been down for sure.
I get knocked out.
But that's the
But-
fun of it.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know,
fun of
and-
it.
knows that
That's
song.
the thrill.
Say
I
that-
get knocked down and I get up again. Cue the music.
Steven knows it.
Do you
No,
not know
just
that
nobody even
No.
joined in. I'll fuck myself up. It's fine.
Oh, word.
song? Okay.
So Steven, you're a roulette guy, right?
Yeah. If I got a twin, I'm just gonna sit at roulette and lose all my money that way. I mean, I like blackjack. You put me on to blackjack, I think, like sophomore year, when I was a sophomore, you were a freshman, and then I started playing it. And I've had some successful nights at Twin River. The best nights are when I like go up $80 and then I go get some Chinese food in the food court after, and then I pay for my Uber home, which is like $15.
So you like
So I'm down like 25 of my
Yeah.
$80, but I still have like money for booze for the weekend or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, I'll play roulette. Roulette's it's not the game to be playing if you're trying to make money. It's kind of just fun.
yeah. Unless you're like going balls to the wall and put like 50K on black.
Yeah. There's a person who put their entire life savings on YouTube on I think it was Red, and like he had like his whole family there, and they like interviewed the mom before, and then she was like, I don't think he should be doing this. Like,
Did he hit?
He hit.
Yes, sir.
I know, but imagine it hits green or like double
Yeah.
zero or something.
Oh my god.
I actually have a story. I never really play the inside of roulette,
Yeah.
but my buddy Nicky, he put down. So you know how like when they spin the ball and then
You
she
still have
waves
time. Yeah,
over.
you still have time to
you
bet.
still have time. He like was putting down his chip on 13 black while she was waving it, and then she took it off
And it hit 13.
and it hit 13 black. And what is the payout there? It's like 36.
I think
like-
if you get it exactly on the number, it's like
It's times like 36,
yeah,
right?
it's like
or something.
26 or
26.
32 or
It's
something.
yeah,
like
but
that.
like it was an extreme
I
payout.
don't
He was
play
so
roulette.
mad, and then we just sat there chirping the girl. We're like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how'd you know?"
Dude, I've done research because I think that whole thing sometimes is rigged. Because I've
think it is.
I've read up on a few things
Like they
where
have like magnets under the table.
Yeah,
and
casinos
stuff.
where
I
they'll have
think that's
magnets
true.
or like buzzers, where it's like if a big bet goes down on one and it like lands in there, like
They can
she
buzz
can
it
buzz
out.
it and it like jumps
Jumps
out, so
out,
like
yeah.
it doesn't look sus, but it is. So like that's why, for example, kind of going back to what Nick said, like I feel like I have more control if it involves cards and they're like
Yeah.
in front of me.
I mean, my dad, I forget how he knows this guy, but one of his buddies is like a part owner in a casino or something, and he said that like roulette's rigged.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not really sure
Well, I guess
how
everything's
accurate
kinda
that is.
quote-unquote
Comment below if you
rigged.
believe roulette's rigged or not, or just casinos in general.
Or just comment below and like and subscribe while you're at it.
Or dislike
and
and
disubscribe.
and unsubscribe.
So we're gonna hop into the movies
Yeah.
now, and then we'll just continue with some stories along there. But we were thinking, topic-wise, is our favorite / most memorable casino-themed movies.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone you guys want to start with, or you can just say, what's your favorite casino-themed movie, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay. I
So-
think it might be one of yours too, but
I know,
Rounders.
Rounders
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Cause you showed me that, and that was like one of like the first casino movies that I watched when I was like into playing cards.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why I like it.
And
That's
Nick,
Matt Damon.
Nick, you said it was a casino for you, right?
4,000% Robert De Niro in Casino. Martin Scorsese, my favorite director of all time. Yep, Casino. Joe Pesci,
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
It is fire.
It's one of the
And
best.
I feel like people, if you don't like gambling and stuff, won't go out of their way to watch one of these movies. But I think just from the ones I've seen, for example, like Casino, 21, Rounders, Molly's Game, like even if you don't like betting, they bring a whole new like way of entertainment to it. Even if you have
Yo,
no
I
clue
totally
about the
forgot
game.
about 21, that college student.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
the
one's one of
MIT
my. That's what
students?
made me want to
Totally
start
forgot
playing
about that,
blackjack.
bro.
Because I was like, this dude.
What, Kevin Spacey?
Yep. Basically him.
He made
Strictly
you wanna start-
only him.
Right.
Kevin Spacey is the
Kevin
reason I play
Spacey
cards.
Made
Kevin
you want to
Sp-
play cards.
Kevin Spacey's the reason why I get up in the morning. Okay.
He's the reason I go to
Wow.
bed at night.
That's a statement. It's quite a thing to say, man.
Yeah.
That's the title of the video.
Yeah. Wait, Jack. So, out of those movies you just named, which one do you think is the most accurate like depiction?
Depiction of
Yeah.
poker.
Yeah.
Well, so we were talking about blackjack.
Or blackjack,
Casino.
just like anything.
The only game if it's open I play is Texas Hold'em. And that's why I feel like Rounders is so realistic, because you see this dude go from the top to losing everything to having to bet to like save his life and
Yeah.
friends, like whatever. But first of all, shout out to my parents. I'm never gonna put my life on the line for a poker game.
Yeah. All right.
That being said, though, I
Right, I
would
was gonna say, you say right now.
I would be very
21, dude.
confident.
How much is your life worth right now, bro?
Like 12.50, I think. Like $12.50.
Right, right.
So-
20 years from now, Jack has like a wife, 7 kids, and he's like,
2 wives.
he's like looking at little Natasha, going like, "I'm sorry, sweetheart, you're not going to college.
Your daughter's
It's
name's
not
Natasha.
happening."
You're not going to college. Bets her tuition.
I
Or
would.
You could double it though.
I could
I might
double
put
it.
it on red.
Jack, don't say stuff like that. That's like sick, like sick and twisted.
Yeah,
Love
but
it.
it's my money, so if I want to double it, I can.
Oh, I
double
can't
it.
wait! Shout
might
out!
as well just double it,
shout
though.
out to Jack's mom and dad. You hear that? It's your money, guys. It's your money. I'm just thinking college-wise. That's all.
I mean, if my dad went to the casino with my tuition, I couldn't be mad.
I feel like you'd be right there behind him, being like,
Oh yeah,
"No, hit."
He'd
hit
be like,
it.
"No, let's just pull it now." I'm like, "No, no, no, double it,
Double it, right?
I could go to grad school.
It's
Double
gonna
it."
be so when you're older. You're gonna be Matt Damon, and Eli's gonna be Edward Norton,
Dude.
and he's just gonna get you back into gambling.
Edward Norton's a savage in that movie.
Yeah,
I love his little dynamic with Matt, but
with the cop scene.
I see it in all honesty the other way around.
You do?
I'm Edward Norton and
You're
he's
the-
Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, he's finally out. Like,
Yeah. He's out of the game. He's got a nice, beautiful wife. I just got back from prison. And I'm like, all right, Eli, it's time to throw your life away.
Again, shout out Eli.
Yeah, shout
That's
out
hilarious.
Eli Peters.
So you think Rounders is the most accurately depicted?
Yeah, of just well, I guess Molly's game too, just because you actually can see. So Rounders is mostly like an underground like poker club, super sus like mob ties, shit like that. And Molly's game is more like the richest people in the city kind of joining together and playing a game, all constructed by Molly. That's how she gets the
Hence
name.
the name.
hence the name. But I think the Rounders is definitely more entertaining. But going off of that 21 movie, that's actually the movie that I think persuaded me the most to be like, all right, if you get good at gambling, you'll be set for life.
Yeah.
Even though like there are,
And it's based on a true story.
yeah. And if you don't know about the movie 21, it's a great one that is basically all about these college students at MIT learning how to count cards and then going to Vegas and running the tables.
And don't they like? So they're super successful at first, and
So
then the
good.
casino.
And then they get greedy.
And then
That's the one thing you got to learn.
when to walk away.
When to walk away.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, after we left the casino, we were like 12 seconds away from
Going back in.
Like going right back, and you can never do that if you're up. You can do that if you're down if you want. I've done that.
I encourage it.
I encourage you to go back in and try and make your profit back. 'Cause
Yeah.
Wilco Media and the Director's Cut podcast do not consider ourselves financial advice by any stretch of the imagination.
We should drop like
Unless you go up at the casino, then I get
Don't
like
worry,
5%.
the disclaimer's on the screen.
yeah,
It's
the
on there.
gambling. We should drop like a gambling.
A GA message.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because in reality, every single person in the casino, even like the dealers, are rooting for you. They don't want. No one wants to see the house win.
Yeah, true.
Like my dealer I was with yesterday, he was like mad every time he won, because like he doesn't get profit off of it. Like it's just the casino.
So yeah, I was gonna ask that question. So they don't get like some sort of raise if they bring a lot more money in.
There's different. Usually there's a circuit of every 20 minutes or something that dealers change
Yeah.
tables at like a blackjack or Texas Hold'em.
So there's
But
no real way of being able to
specifically
tell.
yesterday, this dude bought the rights to the table that he was dealing at, so he was there the entire night, and he makes all of his money off of the wage, like the hourly wage, and then the tips.
Okay.
And if you're a casino goer
Interesting.
and you don't tip when you win a hand, then shame on you, because that's karma.
Yeah. So when do you tip? Like when you're walking away from the table, you're
I
like,
tip after every hand I win, like $1 or $2.
oh, okay, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, especially like that hand that I mentioned earlier
Yeah,
with the
that's-
sevens. I tipped him $15
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
because like obviously he had no like, oh I gave you the 2 sevens, but it's just what needs to
Yeah,
happen
it's
with the
just
karma.
like it's just like the courtesy.
I know.
So can you only tip when someone buys their table, or can you tip
No, you can
whenever?
tip whenever. You got to like you're looked at weird if you don't tip.
Okay.
But kind of going back to Rounders and even 21, poker and gambling in general can bring you down a
Oh, yeah.
dark alley that it's hard to get back out of. Like I think both of those, or 21 specifically, Kevin Spacey gets beaten up at the end. Spoiler.
Yeah, no, they all do,
They
right?
set
The
him
house
up.
like starts.
When
Oh,
they
that's
set him up.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
which is mad funny. So you always
Yeah,
gotta
spoilers.
have a outlet to that stuff, even if it's throwing Kevin Spacey's under the bus.
Yeah, and like there's also like that aspect of betting where it's just like a fun thing to do casually, like
Yeah.
every like so often. Like if you're like constantly see
It's
yourself
a
at
rush.
yeah, it's a rush and
literally
it's
a
fun.
drug.
It's like something you can do with the boys, like go out. But like when it becomes like how you're paying for your meals
Yeah.
and stuff, it
And
becomes
what's
a
funny
problem.
is a lot of people look at like going to the casino as like going to like an amusement park ride where they'll be like, all right, if I were to pay $150 to go on this ride, I'm fine with losing $150 in the
Yeah.
casino. It's about the experience rather
Mhm.
than like coming away with money. Like when you walk away with money, it's more just like a bonus in my eyes.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Remember that one time when we got to Twin River with all your buddies? So Twin Rivers, if you didn't know, it's 18 and up when it's
Based in Rhode Island for
Yeah.
all my international people listening.
yeah. And So we got to the casino, and my ID was expired. So they basically tell me to go back, like leave, and I was like arguing with them. I was like, if my ID is expired, like that I'm
18,
at least
over
18, like blah blah blah. And then they just call my outfit in. They're like,
Yep.
black sweatshirt, green shirt.
And dude, I was literally wearing the same thing as you that day, and so many people came up to me and was like, "Yo, you have to leave," because they thought I was you.
And they check your ID,
They were
and then
like,
you're
"Yeah," and I
like,
was
oh,
like,
you're
"Nah,
good.
yeah, like that's my cousin. You already kicked him out like a while ago." There are so many.
I was so mad.
You can find so many different characters in a casino.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny.
You got your regulars. You got your
Chain smokers, shout out Nick, who will literally just post up at a slot.
Bro, that was back in the day.
Back in the
Oh, yeah,
day,
I'm
of
sure
course.
Nick
Way
is-
back in the day.
yeah,
The
and
college students.
yeah, the college students, and then you got like the people who are like dressed to the nines,
Yeah.
like clearly just going there for like some sort of party.
Now that's me, bro.
Your bachelor.
Go there on a Tuesday afternoon
Dressed
in
in
a
the
full
nines.
suit, pinstriping out. Where's my slot machine at? Give me a pack of
darts.
Marlboro 100s.
Nick, did you
and-
have a specific slot you played?
At Twin Rivers. So there's one there that I remember. It really, it honest to God, has been years since I was in a casino.
Me too.
There was one that I liked that was like the American Eagle, like penny slot thing, and
Yeah.
you can do like 90 lines, not of Coke, but of slots.
Well, you can also do
Oh.
90 lines,
You
yeah.
if
could. You
want.
probably don't want to do it in the casino, but ahead of time or after.
In the bathroom?
Whatever works. No, there was one though. Yeah, you do like one penny per. So this is my system. You want to hear my system on how
Yes,
to win
please.
slots?
How to
Alright.
win slots. Tune in right now.
So here's my deal on how I win slots, or how I always stay up is what I should say. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna. It is completely random, and sometimes I'm guaranteed that like this great scene in Casino where the guy in it with Robert De Niro, where he's like, so you let two customers hit the jackpot twice. You didn't think there was something wrong with the machine, and he beats him up and stuff. It's great. It's a fantastic scene. Anyway. What I do is, so you know how Twin River, you've played the slot, even though it's not your thing. You've
Yeah,
played slots.
I've
Okay.
played the
Yeah.
slots.
So you walk in with like $100, let's say in like 20s, right? I'm
Yeah.
not saying like big numbers, but it works on any certain like amount. Well, let's say it's $100. You put a 20 in the slot machine, and you play and play and play. Maybe you lose it, maybe you win. If you win, right? Like let's say it's like you get to like $30 on that initial 20.
Take your voucher.
You print your ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put in another 20. I do the same thing.
Exactly.
So you always are up on one ticket at least.
Always print your ticket. You know what I mean? Because you
And-
might lose like
yeah.
on the first, But I like the penny slots because they have pretty decent payouts, and I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to like pay my bills. I'm not like a damn.
Yeah, so I was gonna
Bilzerian.
say you mostly
You know what
go
I
just
mean?
for the entertainment purpose rather than like the big cash.
Right. But I'm not like what I'm saying is I'm not trying to pay my bills with my winnings from the casino.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more for fun. But I'm not like the loser who's like I just don't gamble.
Yeah. I know what
Like
you
I'll
mean.
go if I can't lose $100, then I'm not going to show up. You know what I mean? Like I
Exactly.
expect to lose the money when I go in there. I want to have fun with it.
Dude, that's actually so true. And like I was sitting at a poker table one time with this dude who kept getting calls from his wife, and he kept saying like, "Oh, I'm on my way home," like, and he's like gambling his like daughter's lunch money for the next day. Literally, he was like, "Yeah, like
Jeez.
hopefully I can go up. Like, don't beat me too bad. Like, I'm paying for my daughter's lunch tomorrow. Like with this," and I'm like, oh, "Okay."
Yeah, that's
sorry,
the
like,
rabbit
shouldn't-
hole.
Shouldn't you go home? Like, your poor wife.
Yeah, literally, just go.
He was like making car noises. He's like, I'm in the car, like on my way home right now, and he's like being belted next to me.
I couldn't even imagine. And I love the layouts of casinos to the point where you don't know what time of day it is.
Never, dude.
It's
There's
a
no
maze.
windows.
That's
There's
no
no
win-
No
windows.
clocks, no visible clocks.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
obviously a maze, but you know that one scene in Percy Jackson in the Lightning Thief?
Yeah, okay. I actually remember now because of that explanation.
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Have you seen it?
I have. I haven't seen Percy
Dude, they have
Jackson in a
this-
minute.
I haven't
though.
either. But I just remember so specifically this casino scene where it was like they stepped into the Twilight Zone and they were given like, you know how they pass around free drinks and like all that?
Yeah.
They were giving out like cookies that made them like go into a haze of like, I guess like kind of like a psychedelic trip type thing where it's
Mhm.
like they didn't know what time, like whatever. They were in there for 6 days without even knowing it. Like that's
my
my
God.
biggest fear of walking. Like I've
That's good. That's
I've
good.
I've went.
I'm
into
glad
a
that that's a
casino-
real fear for you.
I
Like, I
went
think
into a
that's
casino
ridiculous,
at night
Jack.
and walked out, and it was like midday.
Bro, that's insane. You're legitimately somewhat afraid of walking into a casino and being trapped in there for 6 days.
6 days.
You
Oh,
can
yeah.
really be that like entranced in
Oh.
a game.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
yeah, this kid could play for.
Yes.
You know what my biggest fear is with regard to casino? So it's like it's totally like an American fear in general, right? So like if you think about America, right? Why do what is one of the reasons that other countries hate us? It's because of our like everything in America is like bigger and better or more convenient. You seen the you know me, I always bring up the kids movies like Toy Story and all that shit, but like have you seen WALL-E?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how like all the people in WALL-E are like fat and they float around on the stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, imagine. It's kind of gross to say. Maybe I won't say this.
Say
You're
it
already like
first.
3/4 of the way there.
I know, but I didn't think about it till it was like right there. Like, what if they changed the chairs at like blackjack tables to be like toilets?
And just people don't.
Oh my
leave.
gosh,
Do
you
you
don't
get
even
what
have
I'm
to get
saying?
up.
Like, what if they change everything to be like so you don't ever
literally
have to
don't
get
Like
get
up?
way
Yeah.
too convenient.
And I think that's
Yeah.
why they made online poker and online blackjack.
True. Yeah,
People can be dropping a
fact.
deuce and winning money on a
literally.
Bovada account.
Oh my gosh, that's a deep rabbit. That's when it gets bad.
But like casinos don't make money off online stuff. The online I mean, I'm sure casinos own online gambling sites and stuff. That's. But like if you want someone to stay, and they feed you drinks. I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing.
no.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Tapping on
nothing
your
in
shoulder,
the drinks.
they're like-
If I've definitely so one
Placebo?
time I went with one of my old managers to a casino. Oh, it was Foxwoods. He got us a suite. He's like, "You want to go down to Foxwoods?" I'm like 19 at the time. He's like, "Dude, you look like you're 45. Just get in the car." I was like, "All right." So we went down. He got a suite. They loved. He's wicked high roller. He like went to the bank. He got like 10 grand out of the bank. I was like, "Who is this guy?" Went down to Foxwoods, and he basically had me sitting like in the chair behind him at the table.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So everybody, and I was in a suit. I came right from work. So I was in like a full suit and tie. People thought I was his bodyguard.
That's
And I'm
mad
like-
funny, actually.
It was like people were looking at him and then they look at me and then they look at the ground and stuff. Because I'm like, 6'1", 300 pounds. He was like this, this guy. We're both walking in there in suits and stuff. And he'd just walk in and like swap with the chips and everything else. And he would
How
just
did he
sit
do?
there and play. He's actually really good. I've
What
been
do you
with him
play?
a couple times.
Poker or blackjack?
No, he's a poker guy all day long.
See, I need to open that back up.
Loves the poker
Yeah.
tables. Loves the poker tables. But yeah, he would just sit there. So my point is, I would be sitting behind him, and I'd be getting all the drinks from, like the waitress and all the people that
Yeah.
would walk by. I'm like 7, 8 drinks in. I'm not feeling anything. I'm like, this is crap. What the heck is this? I'm like, get me something, decent.
Strong. Double shot me.
Yeah.
Which was funny because then people were looking at me like, aren't you at work, sir?
Sir,
know?
you're supposed to be guarding that man's body.
Right.
Guarding that man's body. Yeah, I gotta play poker like soon. I just want to play like $1 and $2 chips, like or $1 or $2 blinds.
I know. The main goal, 100 years from now,
What?
is to obviously be making movies, but opening up a
A
poker
casino?
room. Not even a casino, like a poker room.
That'd be
They
dope.
have them in like Manchester, New Hampshire. They have.
Yeah, that's where Eli goes. He goes to Chasers poker room.
Yeah,
Shout out
there's one
Chasers.
right up the street from the dealership I used to work at.
Yeah.
Um,
Luckily, I haven't made it up there yet, because then I feel like I'd be addicted.
Eli like gets in his car and like drives to
Yeah,
these
he was
places
at,
like
he was
alone.
at Foxwoods this last weekend. I really hope Eli's listening to this. We were talking about him like OD right
The
now.
whole time, yeah.
That's life.
So what's your favorite poker movie?
Or
I know I
just
said Rounders,
gambling movie.
or yeah, anything to like do with casino. Because there's so many. Like you could do Hangover, Ocean's 11.
Well, I was
like-
gonna say I mentioned Molly's Game, but I think that shows a different perspective of the whole gambling world because Molly, doesn't actually play the games, but she's so invested in the gambling aspect of it, of making these like side bets and the tips from everything else, that she's using the other people's gambling addictions to make her own money and like
yeah.
her own addiction. So like she doesn't actually get like invested into a specific game per se, but she's actually more invested in other people losing their money and like losing their livelihoods so she can make money. So like
Yeah.
it's a different like look at the actual game of it, because you see people in that movie like go down deep, like millions of dollars, because they're like the richest people
High
in the city.
class,
So
yeah.
she's like, all right, like if you want to buy in for another million, I'm taking the like stake on this, and I'm taking the rake of like the entire game.
Yeah, so she makes money off tips. I haven't seen the movie. She makes money off
So
tips, or
if you
whatnot?
run a casino or a poker room, the only way it's illegal is if you take. Not the only way it's illegal, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
what you can get in trouble for is not, or is taking a rake. So
Which
because
means
you need a license to run a casino, and she was basically taking like 2% of the pot every time.
Okay.
But when you're playing with millions, it turns into
Yeah,
hundreds and
hundreds,
thousands
yeah.
of dollars every single time a hand's being played. So she was doing that without actually having the rights to.
Oh, gotcha,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah. So what? Not to switch completely, but there's this movie called Corpier. What do you call it? What do you call the people who deal the cards?
Dealers.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that would be dealers.
No, it's like there's like a movie. I don't really know how to pronounce the name, but you were talking about like perspective and like the perspective of like the person who actually runs the blackjack table,
Yeah.
and he like is like he like gives rules out throughout the movie, and it's like one of the people playing like hits on him,
Yeah.
and he's like never like talk to them because it's waste time, and like
Yeah.
more time wasted is less money made for the casino.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I asked earlier if they got like paid extra.
They get paid in
Um,
the tips.
Yeah.
And then I think if their table makes like more money than another table, he gets like money too.
Yeah,
I'm not
some
sure
sort of, like-
exactly. Yeah.
It's crazy how many different perspectives you can get from
Bro.
a casino. You could get like the owner,
I'd
the security.
I'd honestly be scared to be a dealer, because there are some. I've been in some scenarios where like the dealer will like
mess up.
mess up a card, and this dude will like freak out on them like
Yeah.
forever. I was at the casino the other day, and and I'm sitting down at this blackjack table, and this dude is shuffling the 8 deck cards, and he spills them all over the floor and everything. And everyone's like, oh, like, because that's a huge stoppage. So the 5 floor people, security, no one could move, because if you like pocket a card from a casino, or if you like take a chip,
Yeah,
like,
true.
you're in trouble. So like, I was being questioned, like, yo, did you like put one of these in your pocket? And I'm like, no, like, I'm not gonna take your cards. Like, and an hour and 15 for them to figure out, 1, where all the cards went, and 2, to count the decks. And then I'm pretty sure the dude just got fired.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like my tremors could never, just in general, but yeah, that is too
It's
much
nerve
pressure.
wracking, especially if you're dealing a hand with like people put like 20K down on the line. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I've thought about trying to be a dealer somewhere, but then you can't play at the casino if you're a dealer. And I'm too much of a degen to do that. I don't know.
Trying to look up what this word means so I don't sound like an idiot.
Oh, that's fine. You already sound
Okay.
like 2.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's just like what you call the dealer of a blackjack table. A croupier. But yeah, that's a good movie. I forget when it was made, but definitely recommend. So Nick, we already went through your favorite movie. Well,
Casino.
so
Yeah, I should just go home.
yeah.
Don't
See you,
ask me
Nick.
anything. I know anything.
Producer Nick.
No.
I'm all in, by the way.
I'm also all in. Alright. Let me see here. I don't really.
What?
I don't know, I wouldn't really consider The Hangover like that much of a gambling movie.
It's literally a gambling movie for
Nick,
5
have you ever played
seconds.
craps?
No. I have not.
I haven't either, and I'm always so curious because I feel like people get so lit.
That's
over
the die
craps.
one, right? Where you
Yeah.
throw it. Yeah. I don't even know how that like works.
That's what I'm saying. I have no clue, but apparently you can make money off that.
And you win for the table, like the people at the
Yeah,
table,
yeah,
right? Like
literally.
people roll for you.
Hold on. There's this one game that.
It is cool though because you get a lot of people involved.
Yeah, everyone's like gets hyped
Everybody's
for it.
rooting for you to do stuff. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that game that seems fun. I've never played it though.
Oh, Baccarat.
What's
Have you ever
that?
played that?
No.
'Cause I haven't, but I follow this poker vlogger, or not even vlogger, he's the most famous poker player of all time, Phil Ivey. He apparently, there's this...
See that guy with like the sunglasses and the.
No, he's like
I was kind of joking because they all wear sunglasses at
Oh.
the poker table.
He actually
That's
does.
not
He
wrong.
doesn't.
Yeah, he's literally the GOAT. But basically, he was in this quote-unquote scandal where he's a high roller, like you said, Nick, so they get royalties when they go to these casinos to play. Free rooms, specific tables they
Bro,
play
if
at.
you spend, not to cut you off, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you spend like, probably like 20 grand a year at casinos, whether you win or lose,
You better have a free room.
you will get free rooms.
Yeah.
Dude,
You
I have
probably
a,
spend
I have a
5
free
grand at
room.
casinos and get free rooms and stuff.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
I have
true.
a free room at Twin Rivers right now because I've just used my player's card, so I have enough points.
Yeah, but I'm not talking points. I'm talking like they call
Oh, yeah,
you.
yeah.
They call you when they haven't seen you in a month, and they're like, "Hey, what if we gave you the presidential suite for a week and a half with hookers included?"
Yeah.
Like they do stuff like that.
Yeah,
Casinos
literally.
are dirty, bro. They're like dirty businesses. They're crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
they're like,
literally all about money. That's it.
So this Phil Ivey player, he goes to this casino, and he's playing Baccarat, and he wins. He has like a photogenic memory, and one of the royalties of him playing was he got to chose his like deck of cards that he wanted to play with and the table, and he memorized the specific linings on each card, and he won $50 million at the casino in one day. And the casino sued him, and after the lawsuit, apparently he won because like they gave him the choice to do all this stuff. He just used his mind to do it, and then he won
Mhm.
another $10 million on the lawsuit. So he literally
Oh
just
my
completely
gosh.
scammed this entire casino just because they were like, you can come here and play Baccarat and we'll give you all these royalties. And he's just like, all right, bet. And he memorized all the cards, and then he just like was like, all right,
Oh my
I'll take
gosh.
50 million plus another 10.
was this recent?
It was 2012.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
like Phil
funny.
Ivey. He's
He's dope.
fun to watch. I think my favorite poker player to watch is Phil Hellmuth. Not
just
saying I
freaks
like
out,
him.
bro.
It's because he's a baby about
Daniel
it.
Negreanu's the GOAT.
Yeah, he actually
He's
is the
literally
goat.
kid poker. Yeah. He reminds me of Edward Norton and just like the way he
Just
like,
the
plays
vibe,
and, like,
yeah.
the little,
But he's like a nice player. Like he
Oh,
like
yeah.
talks
but
like
that's what his stick is. Like,
yeah.
That's another big thing. Like when you sit down at these poker tables, there are so many different like characters. You got the one dude, sunglasses on, hat on,
Earphones,
in,
yeah.
doesn't say one word. The
Head
chatting
down.
dude at the table who's trying to get his reads off of that. The one dude who doesn't know what he's doing. The dude who
Yeah.
forgets the blind. Like, but the first time I sat down at like a actual poker table rather than like an in-house game, I literally just sat there and like didn't even play. I like waited like 3 turns around
To
just
finally play
see,
your
like,
hand.
what people were doing, and then like I ended up losing like $200, but like you kind of expect that sitting down at the poker table for the first time.
Yeah, the first time I sat down at Twin River, I bought in with like I think 250. The blinds were not high. What is like the usual
1-2.
blind? Yeah,
At
1-2. Yeah, so I get, of course, I was gonna do what you did because I remember I asked you. I was like, what should I do? You're like, sit down, like, just basically fold a couple hands, just watch what's going on. First hand dealt, ace jack suited. I was like, ugh, I know Jack told me not to, but I have to. Flops, ace jack, and like a 4 or something. I bet immediately everyone folds.
Yeah.
I was like, am I that obvious? Like, do I have something? I only bet like $20 too, and I was, and like the person in front of me like bet like 10, so I raised him 10. So I guess I didn't really bet. I raised, but everyone else folded.
Well,
I
that's
don't know.
that's the thing. Like, when you play with the same people so often, the
You know
perks of
their
it, You
moves.
know how they play, and I sat down one time, and there was like a 9-person table, and 8 of them are like this poker team that travels the country together and like play at every casino in the country or something. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, they're like talking, and I'm like, hey, do you guys all know each other? I'm like, oh yeah, we're all on the same poker team. And I'm just sitting there like, oh.
I would get up and
Okay,
leave that table.
I did get up and leave, and they're like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm not playing this game."
Yeah, because then they know what
They
to
know
do.
exactly
You
what
have
to
no
do, and they
idea.
would
You're
just
clearly
all,
at a
like,
disadvantage.
come at me, Yeah,
Yeah, because you say you play with your friends a lot from Duxbury,
yeah.
and like you say you like know like all their tells
Oh yeah,
and
100%. Eli, I know your tells, so don't even try me.
it's so funny. You know what the hardest thing is though? Playing poker against somebody who doesn't know how to play poker
Because they're so good, bro.
because they're so
they
good.
don't know.
'Cause
They don't have tells.
they don't
literally
have tells
know
because
what
they
they're
don't
doing.
like. You read people because of bets and stuff, but when you don't know what you're doing, you're
They're
misreading
the hardest
everything they're
people to
doing.
play is people who don't
It's
know how to
so annoying. Like when we play in like Sea Isle. I mean, at this point we all know how to play, but like in the
Yeah.
beginning,
at the
like
beginning,
Liam
Gavin
would
and Liam would be running us. Dude.
running us. And
Those are our other cousins.
yeah, shout out. That's Liam's Gavo's brother. So shout out Liam. But yeah, he would just sit there and run us,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, "Oh no." The worst is when he's like, "Oh, I lost,"
And then you
and on
pull
like
over the
and
nut
then
flush.
yeah, exactly. And that the amount of times that's happened, and then you're so mad because you're like, "All right," and then like at one point I think we were like, "You're not even getting the pot."
Yeah, like
Like everyone take
Go
their
home.
chips back.
Yeah.
Like
that's actually funny because in my mind, if you don't know what you have, you don't deserve to win the pot. Like
that's happened to me too a couple times. Like
Yeah.
right there.
yeah,
we were
literally
playing
that.
before the
But
cameras
I
were
was
on.
I was at a table and this dude like turns over the best hand. And he's like, I missed the draw, and like the people at the table just didn't say anything, and he ended up like losing the pot because like he didn't even
The
know what he
dealer
had, so
didn't
the
even
dealer
tell him?
was like, nah, like I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
So funny.
Well, I guess that is kind of a thing. Like if you're gonna take some people's money, at least know you like
What
why
you're
you're
doing.
taking it.
I know.
Like people around you are probably like, "Come on, bro. Did I really just lose to this kid who doesn't even know what he's doing?"
I know.
Poker fights though are hilarious. You know that one video, the Australian player, when he played, he's like kind of on the bigger side. Do you know what I'm talking about? When he gets in an argument with Phil
Oh, yeah,
Hellmuth.
yeah.
That's a video worth like reacting to.
I know.
I forget his name, but he's like the biggest jerk in poker. Like, if I guarantee if you just YouTube like
No,
like,
I know exactly who you're talking
biggest
about.
jerk in poker, he'll come up. Those poker fights are so entertaining. Watching poker is actually the most entertaining thing when you like know what it is.
I love watching like the celebrity poker games, like with
Like Kevin Hart,
Because
yeah.
like he's already so entertaining, but like after every hand will be like,
Yeah, he's probably so bad at poker.
dude,
Or is he good?
Actually, so funny. I was
What?
watching one of these poker things with Kevin Hart, and it was like the celebrity like thing where there's 3 celebrities, 3 actual poker players, and 2 people who are just like fans who got to come and play.
Okay.
And it's this girl. I don't want to say she was like blind, but like she had like something wrong where she like couldn't see that well, or like some disability.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart the whole time, no, it's
Some
dude,
disability.
she literally she's trying to bluff Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart was trying to bluff her.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
dude. He literally the whole time is like, oh, I don't have anything. Like he was just gonna pay this girl because the fans just get all the money anyways because like the rich people don't need it. So it's more like, all right, like play with them, but like they
Well, yeah,
can
but
win
Jack,
if they want.
that's like us going in with $100 if they go in with 50 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally
Yeah, it's
that.
chump change.
It's like it's not, you know, I'm just saying like it's just a different perspective.
Completely.
You know?
And
It's all
that's-
If you're
relative.
10 years old and someone gives you $1 and you're like, I can buy a house.
Yes.
Whereas if it's like now you go in with like $100, maybe even like $1,000 on like a good week or something.
Yeah.
You can go into a casino and be like, listen, I know I'm going to lose $1,000. These people go in there with like $100,000.
So much money.
And they're like, we're gonna do this. If I have any extra winnings, I'm gonna write it off as a charity donation. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
they do all that stuff. So it's very funny though. Go ahead.
So he's like going off of like being the funny guy, and he's like, I'm gonna bluff her, but in reality I don't have anything. So he keeps telling her to like call, and she's like, I think I might just gonna lay him down. Like he's like, no, like trust me, like you probably have me beat like through things. So she's all in with all the money she has. Kevin Hart's like, you know what, I'm all in too. Like it's your lucky day, whatever. and they flip over the cards, and he literally didn't read his cards right, and he had like a royal flush or something crazy, and she was like, oh, I was just like trying to bluff you, and she like gets in her wheelchair and like and Kevin Hart's just sitting there like, oh, and Daniel Negreanu's next to him, like Neymar's there, and they're all just like what did you just
Why'd you do that?
And Kevin Hart
Yeah.
was like, I didn't know what I had, like all this
Did
stuff.
he pay her back
Yeah,
in?
he gave her all the money at the end.
Yeah.
But like she literally was so sad. She's like, oh no, like that's okay, and she like gets helped to do like a wheelchair and gets like wheeled away, and Kevin Hart's just sitting there like.
So he thought he was bluffing, and she was trying to bluff him off.
And he had like the nut flush, and she was just like,
Oh my
like, I had
gosh.
king high, like, but you kept telling me to like call, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know what I had.
Oh, and he kept
Yeah,
telling
he's like,
her
I
to
only have
call.
he's like, I only have like jack high, and she's like, oh, I have king high, and then the dealer was like, Kevin, like, you have the best hand on.
It's
this
like a
table."
Make-A-Wish,
Yeah,
like
literally, it was
like-
basically a Make-A-Wish game, and he completely ruined her from it.
That is so bad. That's so terrible. That's hilarious. Wait, remember that one hand? What was it? It was like 4 of a kind over
Oh, it was quads over quads.
Yeah,
Queen
quads.
nines or
queen
quad
and nines.
over quads.
That is absurd. What is the likelihood? I feel like you're good with percentages. Like, I mean, obviously you're
It's
not
not
high at all.
Like
Yeah.
it's 0.00009% that ever happens in a game.
That's absurd. You hear about that, Nick? Quad queens over quad nines. So obviously you're all in.
Yeah, if you had quads
my
anything, you're all in.
You're like asking the person next to you for chips. So you could be even
No,
more.
seriously.
all in.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine how confident you could be.
I would never
Never play another
I
hand.
would never play another poker hand in my life.
That is absurd.
I've actually said that to myself a few times actually when I've been dealt aces. Someone goes
This is
all
how
in.
you know his kids won't have a college tuition.
I get dealt aces, someone gets dealt twos, we go all in, there's a 2 on the flop, and I go to the
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts and cry.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you can be as good as you want. There's sometimes you just get screwed.
Isn't it like a 2 pair is like a very like it's like a tempting hand, but like the most like you never
always
lose.
lose on 2
Or you always lose.
If there's a 2, like if you
I
have
get
a
so
2 pair,
hyped for 2 pairs.
yeah.
Like off the flop, you're like, oh, let's go, and you don't even realize like the flush draw
Yeah.
or the straight draw or something.
We should play. We should go to Encore right now.
I think we're gonna have to make a pit stop at Twinney on the way home.
Don't be saying all that if you ain't about it.
Yeah, true. True. Should we play a couple hands now?
You know, like, what, Jack? Why not write like
A
or
book?
Steven? No, a book.
No, about like poker. What?
It's Wilco Media, bro.
True. Let's make
write
a
a
video
book?
about it. We
Book.
write all the time here.
What?
We write all the
I
time
was
here.
going to write a script. Let's make a casino
poker
movie.
movie. Weren't you thinking about that,
Yeah.
or was that?
No, we
Oh.
were gonna write a little the poker short film.
Yeah,
No.
we have so
I'm
many
saying, like,
ideas
a
that we just
festival
don't.
worthy, something about like either a casino or like some. Give me like 15. Sorry, welcome to a Wilco Media pitch meeting. Here we go.
Yeah.
No, but like definitely, Jack. Like I
Maybe
think
we-
I think it would be
yeah.
sick because the thing is, right? If you're gonna write, so I have this conversation with like John Demers all the time. If you're gonna write something about the military, you want someone who's military to like write it because people always mess up.
Yeah.
They just talked about this. They had like a Hollywood segment on their podcast the other day. They were talking about how Hollywood never gets military stuff correct.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? If I was gonna ask anyone to write something about poker, it would
It'd be
you guys.
Yeah. No, it'd be him.
Only because you
Him
know
and
what you're
Eli.
talking. I don't know enough about poker.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm like, yeah, like 21's a cool movie, Casino's a cool movie, but Casino to me is a cool movie because of like the clothing and
Yeah.
the you know, just
So you've never seen Rounders, I'm assuming?
no.
You should
not-
watch that.
Yeah,
not my
you would
style.
like that
I mean,
movie.
I will. I'll watch it, but it's not like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna watch it and be like, oh look, like I
Oh,
want.
the
Okay,
flop
ready?
and the turn, like,
Right, right,
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Oh, look at that river, dude. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, yeah, that's not.
All right,
that's,
you know
that's,
river.
That's.
Little
I didn't say I
you
don't know how to
little
play.
Rosero.
I didn't say I don't know how to play. I just don't know how. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I
So like
can't-
when
I'm
you
not
watch
like a card
those
counselor.
movies, you don't like pay attention to like the hands really. You kind of just like know like.
No, I mean,
Like,
like,
you're
I know enough so that like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna get good or whatever.
Yeah,
but, like, I don't
yeah, yeah.
know. I can't see it like 3 moves ahead.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some people are like, okay, so if this happens next, then I know what's going to happen in the movie.
That's him.
That's not me. I'm watching
him.
it going like, yeah, poker's a cool game. I've definitely played it a couple times. What do I think's going to happen here? I have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, okay, ready? Chess is another great example. Queen's Gambit. You guys watch Queen's
Yeah.
Gambit?
Good show.
I don't know anything besides the first move is that the pawn can go 2 squares ahead. That's the only, and I know the horse one, which the knight can go in an L shape. That's literally all I know about chess. That's it. And Harry Potter, when they were playing knight to E3. Like, that's all I know. Like, that's literally all I know about chess. That's it.
Yo,
But
Ron really stepped up in that.
Yeah, he did.
he did.
He doesn't get
And that's why he got the girl in the end. Anyway,
Yeah.
spoiler.
Didn't he get like messed up? Yeah, sorry. I'm
Okay,
gonna
if you
go
haven't
on a
seen
Harry Potter
though, bro,
tangent.
like, if you haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies, like,
Yeah.
Figure
you
it
deserve, your children deserve not to have a
We were
conversation.
talking about how good Harry Potter was on the way up here.
I'm Harry Potter over Lord of the Rings.
all day long.
day.
Oh, that's
I've-
easy.
no,
That's
dude,
easy
yeah.
All day long. Are you
I
kidding
honestly
me?
almost threw hands
About
the
that.
other day.
Who
Because-
said that?
No. It's not even who said it. It's, oh, I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Who,
And I go,
who is this person? What's their address? And everybody who
Plug it.
listens.
Yeah.
dude, no. The worst part is someone agreed with them, and I haven't seen one either. I look at Alex, my roommate, and I go, what are we still sitting here for?
Yeah, I
don't
would be
like any of these
scrapping.
people
I'd be
anymore.
scrapping
Yeah.
right there.
I'm done. That's it.
Nick's out.
Yo, Harry Potter is one of those movies that like made me like interested in everything from like magic to like making
Yep.
movies to like
They created an entire
all of
universe.
that stuff.
And it's
like,
so good.
Bro, one lady,
Yeah.
bro.
On a
One lady.
napkin. On a napkin in a coffee shop.
Crazy.
Like, are you kidding me?
What?
yeah.
Never seen a Harry Potter. Is that like a real thing?
A lot of people.
Yeah, there
No,
are.
no. Not a lot
No.
of people, bro.
Nick.
Not a lot
Nick.
of people.
I know a
bro.
decent amount of people.
Nick.
And listen, okay,
Nick.
so here's the thing, right? hold on. Hold on.
I wish I was
He's
wrong.
standing up for this if
I
you guys
wish
don't
I
know.
was wrong.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Here's where I'm at with the whole like the people who say they haven't seen Harry Potter. I will admit it seems on the outside like some kind like a childish kind of franchise, like a Disney kind of whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's bullshit, bro. Like, they've all seen it, dude.
Yeah.
They've all at least seen Sorcerer's Stone.
You have to.
You know what I mean? Or if you're in Britain, the Philosopher's Stone. I'm like that much of a nerd, but I'm just saying, like, bro, Harry Potter is the GOAT.
Yeah, it is.
That's
it really
the
is.
GOAT. And like just the effects and stuff like yo, Snape, bro, he's my boy, man.
One of the greatest
He's
characters
a slime.
of all time.
He's a slime.
Like, so I am a huge fan. Like a huge, since we gotta like somewhat relate this back to movies, right? I'm a huge fan of the character who's the asshole, who's
And then
not
turns
really
out-
the
Not really.
asshole.
Turns
Yeah.
out to be the
like
good
the
guy.
one
Yeah.
that's like that pushes people really hard. I can't imagine why those characters are my favorite. The guys that like really scream and yell, but they actually have everybody's best interest at heart. I can't imagine
Yeah,
why.
it definitely
someone like me
doesn't
would-
remind me of anybody
Right,
at all.
You know, the people that are just like
For
that
sure.
feel like, you know, it's like you're sitting there watching it and you're thinking, geez, this guy really over cares about a lot of stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know.
those are my favorite characters, and you know, people with like the rough and gruff exterior who like do it because if they do it any other way, they'll just be in tears the whole time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people
Yeah.
who genuinely care. Like,
Such
bro,
a
that
good-
storyline, bro, with Snape
That's what I'm saying.
That
and
was
the mom
so
and the-
good.
like, if you're not crying during that flashback and like the tears,
Yeah.
you have the tear scene, and then he pours in the thing, and he like, bro,
Dude.
what?
And then you
You've
learn-
never seen a Harry Potter? Like, I don't even
Yeah.
want to talk to you.
I honestly, like,
bro.
my hand went into a fist, and I was like, all right, like,
Yeah, are we scrapping or what?
something.
Now, see, here's the
something's
thing.
gotta happen.
So here's the flip. Lord of the Rings, right? Like, yes.
In
it's
all
a-
honesty, before you say anything, I haven't seen all the movies.
No, I
'cause
haven't seen a single one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a
okay.
single one. I've seen a lot of behind the scenes. Peter Jackson
haven't
does
seen
some
it.
great behind the scenes like diaries. Like he'll do. So Peter Jackson.
Wait a second. Hypocrisy here.
What?
You haven't seen a single one,
No, I have not.
and you're getting mad at people for not watching Harry Potter?
Well, I was trying to explain what I
All
mean.
right, continue.
So here's-
Producer Nick.
Everyone's all fired up now.
Yeah.
No, because Harry Potter is like
Sweet.
Harry Potter. Like my mom read me Harry Potter like when when they first came out, dude. She would like read them to me at night, and like did all the voices and everything. And when I heard like a Harry Potter movie was coming out, you didn't even understand, dude. You didn't even get it, bro.
And it was fire.
My grandfather
Like-
got me for Christmas, like the first year they came out, he got me the first 4 books
Yeah.
because they like all dropped
Yeah.
real quick. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh my
She
God.
cooked them out.
Like, what is
She
JK
literally cooked that.
Yo,
Yeah.
I remember this chick, Isabella. I love you, Isabella. You're awesome. You definitely don't watch this. I don't know if you still do drugs, but, like, you shouldn't.
Wilco Media against drugs.
We're like the Dare company.
We are
for
like the DARE
media.
program. We're not affiliated, but we have our own.
Yeah.
We dare to do... To not,
More drugs.
To
Right.
avoid doing
to avoid doing less drug. I'm kidding. I just remember like being in summer school because I was an idiot who like failed everything. And having her, she was there too, and she was like reading. It was either like the 6th or the 7th one, and you're like looking at this girl reading. It looks like a Bible or like an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
The 7th book, like it's 700 pages long, and you just see like the tears coming down, and she's like, oh, like
Yeah.
that's
So
a
good.
lifestyle, bro. See, here's the deal, right? Like I love Star Wars, I really do. I hate, not hate, but I have zero intention of ever watching anything Star Trek, ever.
I
bro.
haven't peeped a Star Trek.
Not because it's not the same thing as Star Wars. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's just not.
I agree.
Lord of the Rings to me is the same in that
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
kind
that's a good way
realm.
of explaining it.
I'm sure they're great. Peter Jackson was doing vlogs before vlogging was a thing. He did all video diaries of behind the scenes while he was filming it because he was like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen like some special effects stuff. A lot of Lord of the Rings special effects are like practically done, like
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff, dude. Unbelievable
Yeah.
stuff, dude. Like making like Gandalf wicked big and like whatever the dude's name is, one of the hobbits with like, you know, he's like
Frodo
tiny.
or-
They just
yeah.
like separate him by like 25 feet. One's closer to the camera, like
Yeah.
crazy stuff. So like from a filmmaking perspective, they're dope. Okay, great. There's no other thing in the world better than the Voldemort battle at the end, bro. Like
Oh,
with
it's the coolest.
there's nothing
The,
like
enti-
it.
the
There
entire
is
last
nothing
movie
like
is
Yeah.
the
it.
greatest thing ever.
Yep. And the first movie though.
The first movie was awesome.
First
My
movie's the
favorite,
best.
to be honest though, my favorite movie is The Chamber of Secrets. The
Prisoner
second-
of
That's
Azkaban.
why.
I like the storyline like more that out of anyone, and I think I've seen it the most too.
And you got Tom
What's-
Riddle for the first
yeah,
time in it.
And what's the? I might be.
Yeah, but see, so I really,
And I like the
really,
big snake
really like
Sean.
the first one.
The
Oh,
first
the-
one's awesome. It's,
The first one's great.
it's an OG.
Like
It
there's
reminds me
just
a lot
nothing
like the second.
like it. I could skip all. I could.
I
Okay,
could-
so I would go number 1. Then I'd watch probably if I had like I've seen all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like I could probably watch them on mute and quote every line. Like, I
Yeah.
love them, dude. I would watch the first one, and then if it was like, oh, we're gonna do all, I'd be like, we could skip to like Goblet of Fire, maybe.
Yeah, Goblet
you know
of
what I
Fire's fire.
mean?
I didn't really mess with Half-Blood Prince that much, to be honest. We watched that in theaters together, like all of our families.
Yeah.
Watched that one time.
Is Half Blood Prince the one with the flashbacks of like young Voldemort?
No, Half-Blood Prince is the one where he finds the book and he gets like the potions, and then finally, and that's the one where Dumbledore dies at the end.
Spoilers.
Yes, sir. Just like cuts right to that.
right.
And then he died.
Yeah.
Right. And then
No, but
No, it's-
I feel like that's
no,
a
but
pretty
at the
prominent.
end,
emotion, bro, when he's like, "Tell them what you did to him." It's
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
crazy,
It's
bro.
so
What
intense.
you've? Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's
he
so many
looked you
great
in the
scenes,
face,
bro.
Right.
and he killed.
Oh my god. Oh my, that scene,
Dude, I just got chills,
That scene
bro.
is so good. Where
And
he,
it's
where,
important.
Yo, McGonagall steps up to the plate,
Yeah.
dude.
And you notice
it's
how
crazy, dude.
he doesn't even want to fight back. He just deflects all her shots because he's like in the end good.
Yo, I know because he
It's-
knows.
yeah.
he knows, dude.
more than
Yeah.
everyone
And when
else
like
the entire
Nagini
time.
like takes like Snape like out to lunch, dude.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, and he's like, Abby, take my tea. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
Oh my god, what a great
And he only
movie.
Voldemort only kills Snape because he like was the owner of the wand, but he thought Snape
Yeah.
was. But in the end, it was Malfoy.
Right.
Like,
And you're
it's
Dude,
such
all
good
the-
writing.
all
Are
the
you
characters-
kidding
all
me?
the storylines are so good.
But
It's
like on
so
top
good.
of that, dude, like so many of those moments are like, and then I look at it from like the cinematography perspective and like the acting perspective and like the
Good
fact
acting.
that like
Very good.
when Malfoy like when
I was gonna say Malfoy's
Voldemort-
character arc is fire too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he kind of turns into a pussy, no?
Yeah.
He
a
like because he
total
punked
pussy.
to like good to like basically just like a pansy.
Wicked,
Because
right?
he was
Like-
afraid of
like, I
everyone.
wanted
he
him
wanted
to
to be
be
on the
like,
good side, but
Yo,
he knew his dad
Neville
and Voldemort.
Longbottom, bro.
Go.
Slime up, slime down.
He's the
He's
goat.
literally the goat in every movie.
The goat. And well, the
He-
whole story. So J.K. Rowling did like this interview or whatever, and she's like, she was saying something like people are people are crazy if they don't think this story is actually about Neville. Like the whole
Yeah.
story is about Neville.
Because he becomes
wait,
he
what?
becomes like the new Dumbledore in the end.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Yo, that Battle of Hogwarts, dude. What?
Yeah, that's part 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a good.
But
Oh
even
my.
part 2, though, like you could like to me, it's one movie.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Part
Oh
1 and part
yeah,
2.
yeah.
Like it's just like, okay, that's this. So you're saying it's time for a bathroom break, is what you're telling me with these credits? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like I'll be right back.
Like I'm not
yo,
leaving.
BRB.
Show me another one right now. Dobby.
I'm not leaving, dude.
Yeah,
like
Dobby.
they need to. Yo, Dobby, that's
Right.
the goat.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
That's
Dobby's a free
crazy.
elf. Hashtag Dobby's a free elf.
But okay, so this is one of those moments, right? So Malfoy's dad, right?
Yeah.
I love how this was a gambling episode on Harry Potter. But like,
Perfect.
bro,
Harry Potter.
never saw Harry Potter.
plays
but,
poker.
Okay, sit down.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? All right.
Not to mention they did call it cheesy.
What? All right then.
Who is this person?
Few people.
So they say they don't.
My
They
view?
haven't seen it, and then they have the audacity to say it's
What do you mean?
cheesy too.
There's a few people.
Oh, there's a few. I think you said it's your people. I'm
No,
like, my
there's a few people.
Sit down, bro.
Already
I'm
said,
out.
You're the
I'm
one
out.
standing.
I'm going.
No, a few people.
hmm
I'm pretty sure I heard you people.
I heard something. Sounds
Oh
like
my
Jack
gosh.
Ryan. Please, sir. No more.
May I have another?
Oh.
Ace of clubs.
Well, I gotta mute my. I can't.
How cool is the
can bleep
tents
it out.
that they go in when they're
Yes,
watching
it
the Quidditch tournament, like the Quidditch World Cup or whatever, and like the tents are like this big, and then like it's like the giant, like when you go in, it's like a giant room. So cool. I love that.
For Christmas, the year Harry Potter came out, I got like action figures. I got the troll from the first movie with the little stick thing that he does when he's like walking around the bathroom. I got Hagrid. I got an actual sorting hat that was like a puppet and you could wear it as a hat, bro.
That's sick.
Yeah, they had some cool stuff back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
Like early 2000s. It was good Christmas, dude. When I was young, we had some good ass Christmases.
And Harry Potter's like low key a Christmas movie. Like they always blast it.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yeah, exactly. They
Happy
love
Christmas,
Christmas.
Ron.
Yeah. So good.
It's the best.
They like give each other
The
sweaters.
invisible cloak.
Yeah, exactly. The
Invisible-
cloak.
Yo, how crazy that like ties into the end and everything, and like
hmm
the crazy symbols and everything.
I've wanted so many times for the invisible cloak to be real. I'd be like, I'd get away. Like,
Oh my
It's
god,
so much.
imagine the things we could do.
yeah.
You with that would be.
Yep. It would be like the equivalent of The Boys. What's that guy's name?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah, just leave.
24.
I gotta watch that show.
You
Haven't seen it. Why? Are
Really?
you, what are you doing here still?
You gotta watch the. All right,
Go ahead.
I'll watch.
Go ahead.
I'll watch
Name
The
it.
Boys if you watch the last episode of Peaky
I
Blinders,
did the other
dude.
day.
Did you?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Okay, yo, don't. I have
She was
not.
in Harry Potter too.
I have not.
No,
watched-
no. The actress died.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
no.
Chick who was
Who?
in Harry Potter.
Who?
Yeah, she was Malfoy's mother.
No
Yeah.
way.
And
How'd
she's-
she die? What?
Cancer.
She's had cancer for like 5 years.
But she's only 52, man.
no, and
sucks.
yo, Nick, if you do watch Peaky, she is the goat. in
Yeah,
that
she is.
show.
She's a bit annoying at times, but at the same
She
time,
is
she's
the goat.
yeah, she's so cool.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad,
Yeah, She
right?
passed
Mad
away last
young.
week.
So sad.
So
Yo,
sad.
speaking of pass away, what was that guy's name from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom? He played the black guy. What's his name?
Black Panther guy.
The guy. Maybe I don't know. I'm again superhero.
Wait,
not
what
really
was
my
the
style.
first movie you said? Or what'd you say?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Wait,
It's
who's
one that
Black
just, like,
Panther's
just
name?
came out. It's up for
Chadwick.
Ma Rainey's up for
Chadwick?
an Oscar. Yeah.
Chadwick
Boseman.
Chadwick.
Yeah,
Yes, that guy.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that about
Yo.
that movie.
That was just sad. He was like so talented.
Yeah,
So good.
and he kept his cancer under wraps too.
Which is why it was like so surprising and
Yeah.
shocking. He's mad young, bro, like
Yeah.
40.
Yeah,
Like
and he was
36,
he
like,
was in
young.
a lot more than I thought. Like
Yeah.
I
He's
hate
in
to say
everything.
it,
He played James Brown, bro.
that's literally what I'm saying. Like I feel like I kind of felt bad because I like only knew him for
Dude,
Black
him
Panther,
and
but in the end,
42 was fire too.
Yeah,
when he was
exactly.
Jackie.
yeah, he was in a lot more than I thought, and he's a really good actor.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Crazy stuff. All right, boys. Well, that's we're coming up on like an hour 09.
Yeah.
So
I say we play a hand for all the marbles here. We show the camera.
yeah, like and subscribe, and these
Yeah.
guys are gonna play a hand. and,
We're gonna play a hand. Who? Comment below who you think's gonna win this hand. I think we all know, but
It's all luck from here.
I'm all in.
You're all in.
Yeah. Pre-flop. Or even. Do not splash.
the pot.
He's like, I'll splash the pot. If I don't even know his accent, but.